Welcome to another Gaz Right video, and we're deep in Guatemala hiking Acatenango. I've had to break it down because I've absolutely butchered this introduction about 5 times. We've got the volcano erupting over my shoulder just on this side, and we're going to be running you through everything that you need to know, taking in this absolutely beautiful landscape. We've got the sun setting, the clouds are absolutely dancing across the sky. And then, yeah, we've got the volcano, which goes off about every 15 minutes, so it's getting a little bit activo around here. The team are denned in for the night. We've got 6 people in one of these things. We've made a couple of friends, me, Neens and Em, and yeah, we're going to be running you through everything you need to know. So let's kick things off with a little bit of the old logistics. So the hike itself is going up, starting at 2,500 meters and hiking up to 3,976 meters altitude. So it is one that is going to be taxing, it is going to be tough, and it is going to be battering against the old cardio. But you know the team, we get the job done. The Tadej Pogacar, the Jonas Vingegaard of the old mountains, again, absolutely erupting. This is unbelievable scenes. One of the most ridiculous scenes of the trip so far, one of the biggest highlights, and yeah, we're going to be running you through. So let's kick off with some logistics. So the trip itself was £42. That includes your transport, it includes your food, it includes your accommodation. They do come to pick you up. They say be ready at 9. We got picked up about 9:30, and then we drove back past our accommodation about 10 o'clock. So that's absolutely not the things that you love to see. You do need a few extra items, so you can rent them on day, like a head torch, a backpack, and you can also pay somebody to carry your bag, your massive rucksack, all the way up the mountain if you wish to do so. My mum didn't want to do that, and I've just been her personal porter the whole way, carrying her stuff. So I've had about 15 kg on the back, just absolutely pounding against the old mountain. All your food you carry, so any snacks, you need 3 litres of water, all your warm stuff, and they give you food as well, little wrap number, nothing to write home about. Not going to be getting the old recipe, and yeah, it's about 50 minutes from Antigua. If you just drove directly there, we had a few stops to go and get like the gloves, the hats, all that sort of stuff, but that is part and parcel of doing a group trip. If you want to get the better logistics, then do a trip just for yourself. It's one of those that you're doing a group trip, and this is, again, part and parcel of it. Me and Em were saying, like, that the highlight is the people we've met, the friends we've met thus far today, but it is very much like stop-start. So you walk for like 25 minutes, you stop, and then you keep going, rinse and repeat on that front. The first 25 minutes of the hike is the most brutal. It is an absolute killer. Like, the incline is absolutely disgusting on the old things, as Lantan Rouge would say, absolutely pounding your way up. And then you stop, nice little views of the backdrop, the mountains and the hills in the distance, get some water on board. There's loads of different places as you're going up the mountain. So if you do want to buy an extra few bottles of water, if you want to buy a bottle of Coke, if you want to buy some snacks, you can do. And we're just going to stop for a little interlude now. You've got a little sunset in the distance. You've got the volcano going off again. It's just absolute different gravy, ruthless fields, ruthless JPEGs, ruthless MP4 files, and you know, we keep it moving. And then again, it is very much like you walk 25 minutes, you stop. That's one of my big bugbears of this. There's just too much stopping. So if you're in a group where people are slow, aka our group, it's going to take you an absolute age to get up the mountain. But yeah, loads of different stops. So again, if you are worried about being unfit, hiking at altitude, you'll be absolutely fine on the trip. Honestly, they stop so much. My mum, 60 years of age, she was in like the first 5 people to the top of the campsite, so that should say everything you need to know. But then again, Neens has summited base camp at Everest, so you know what I mean, she's got a little bit of cardiovascular ability about her. When you go to the second checkpoint, that's kind of going up like a single file line. I cut my arm on some bloody barbed wire on the way up there, because it is pretty tight. So the only actual toilet there is on the first stop where you get off the bus. All the others are a hole in the ground, and you know what I mean, we've seen some interesting toilets, myself and them, on this trip. And apologies for the constant sniffling, but it's like -1 degrees on the top of this mountain, so it's getting a little bit chilly. Lunch stop, 45 minutes not needed to smash down a little wrap. We've got Neens and the King tucking into that. I would go for the meat option even, well, I guess if you're a veggie, you don't want to go for the meat option, but the other one, the veggie option was a salad. The meat option was a little wrap number. I just brought a pack of wraps. Obviously, being allergic to nuts, we've got to be a little bit careful on that front, mate. And then we started again. Again, it was like stop, start, stop, start. You've got plenty of rest. So there's one thing you're worried about the cardio stuff. Do not be worried about that at all. You actually start probably too much on that front. They're actually selling car rides, so we got to like 3/4 of the way up, like the main hiking, like the bit where you're going uphill, and then a car can get all that way. So I don't know why we carry our water, we carry our food. Somebody should say 10 quid, whack all your bags in the back of here, and then you can enjoy the old views at the top. One thing to note, we knew this before we set off, but it's not an English speaking tour. So again, it's useful obviously if you have people in your group who are a little bit bilingual and can tell you all the info of what is going on, because if not, you're in absolute disarray. The last 45 minutes, I would say, is flat, just walking, undulating woodland, really, really nice views. That's where you get like the really, really nice views. The last 45 minutes, it's nice because you're not absolutely battering up and battering the cardio, and you can just get ruthless feels throughout. And then when you get to the top, we're tucked in to these little shelters over here. I'll try and overlay if I can get a video, but we have got the full team in one of them. You've got 6 people in each of these little campsites. My hand's shaking a bit because this is absolutely freezing. But yeah, we've been at the top for about 45 minutes now. You can do a further hike for another 200 Guatemalan mezcals, I think they're called, which is an extra 20 quid. And it takes you to like the point right here, so you're a little bit more up close and personal, drinking in a little bit of the old sulphur. But for us, you get ridiculous views here. That is the view out the front of our pad. So yeah, it's just absolute ridiculous feels. We've watched the volcano go off like 20 times now. It very much is rinse and repeat for any of you that do follow me on the old Instagram. But yeah, beautiful views. You've got the sun coming through in the distance. And this is what we're all about. The view tastes sweeter once you've earned it, once you've got up in the hills, once you've absolutely assaulted the VO2 max, the old cardiovascular ability. And then, that is our toilet for the night. For anyone who knows me, I've got the bladder of a squirrel, so it's going to be a long and cold walk to get there. But yeah, as always, any questions, bang it in the comments. I think the main improvements for me would be to do like 3 separate groups. We've got like 3 groups, all mixed abilities. Should just do 3 separate groups, fast, medium, slow. And the fact that Neens was top, powering away in our group. And again, like, I don't know what more you want than this. We talk about this trip and like elevating at each stage, like the Bolivian salt flats, Machu Picchu, flying across Australia to the national parks, seeing the culture in Japan. And then you just get this sat down in a little hot chocolate, like to get in the absolute bones, cuddled up to 3 random strangers, sunset, dancing across the sky, and then a huge plume of the volcano in the mixer as well. So yeah, silly scenes, silly views, silly vibes, and yeah, proud of my mum, pride of Neens, because that was an incredibly difficult hike for anyone, never mind someone that has not been at altitude for about 30 years and yeah, is over the age of 60. So yeah, putting everyone to shame. But yeah, ridiculous feels, ridiculous vibes. Drink it all in. We'll finish on that. Tomorrow we're getting up 4 a.m. for another sunrise hike. So as always, the content is going to be coming thick and fast. What more do you want than this, baby? I'll see you tomorrow. Hit the subscribe button. Remember, the chef is always cooking. Let's get it.